I've been waiting so long to make this video. Yes, this is a part 2. Okay, here's part 3. It is the long-awaited part 4. Some of them will literally lie. They will actually lie. Mademoiselle. And Lil Miss 8 years didn't help at all. Like every month somebody's quitting. Why I quit my job at Forever 21. Forever 21. Forever 21. Forever 21. Let's do this one the last time. Y'all are probably gonna hear music in the back because my roommate is currently playing music, and hopefully I could cover it with my own music. I found the original name tag, but did I tell you that I actually had 2? I know this is the original one. It had been 3 years since I talked about Forever 21, and I just put this video off for so long. I don't know why, but Sarah, had to personally go back and watch all the parts that I made. Ooh, that took a long time. I don't know how in the world y'all sat through all of that. Thanks for whoever watched literally all 4 parts. Here's one last part just for y'all. Actually, yeah, for all the people who keep asking me to make another part, this will be literally the last part because I'm tired. I'm tired of talking about this place. I'm tired of thinking about this place. I'm done. I had to actually write down notes for my other parts to make sure, I don't repeat some of the things that I've already talked about. Right now, I'm actually about to, make some points from my other videos. If you have not seen my other videos and if you want to, I will go ahead and link the playlist up in the card. I 100% will, because I usually always forget to do that, but I definitely will put the playlist up in the card for you to watch and to be able to follow along. But if you don't want to, well, you should go watch, because once again, I'm not repeating what I said and all that other stuff. And plus, for some odd reason, I didn't really talk about my experience with customers all that much, and that's what most people wanted to hear. So that's what I'm gonna do. This light is not correct. So just go ahead, watch those parts. It's okay. You have time. We're all on lockdown, so I know you have time to go watch my other parts, and then you could come back over here. But let's quickly talk about these, and then let's talk about my customer, experience. Well, experience as a retail worker with customers, right? Is that how that goes? To say that I was gonna make a video on how to get hired there. I'll probably do a whole nother video on how I got hired or why I even chose picking Forever 21. Yeah, no, that's not happening, okay? Because no one should be working there, especially right now. Not only because of what is happening right now, but because of the bankruptcy. So you never know what's gonna happen. Also, I did say that someone was gonna get their own dedicated video. The employees, I didn't have a problem with. Not really, except for the one. But we're not gonna talk about that. She was gonna be mentioned in this part, but guess what? She's lucky enough to get her own part. I'm not doing that either. I don't care. And also, just who cares? No, just no. Plus, there's really not enough for me to even make a whole dedicated video about this person. But also, it's I'm just not gonna do it. My first part, for some reason, I said it was a cool place to shop. But that roach thing that happened, right when I was about to pick up the clothes to go put them on the hangers or put them away, why did I see a roach crawling through the clothes? Don't work at Forever 21. Cool place to shop. How can you say cool place, but the roach incident? How can you? In part 2, I think I said that I was going to make a video about secrets that Forever 21 employees don't want you to know about. I'm going to make one more video of secrets that Forever 21 employees don't want you to know about. I might do that. Not sure. I just have to remember, y'all, it's been over 3 years since I worked there, and I've had quite a other few retail jobs, so it's I'm trying to remember the stuff that my current job doesn't want you to know about. How am I supposed to know what my first one didn't want you to know about? So I'm just trying to, remember. See what I can pull out of my head. What was also confusing in part 2 was the whole store hours. Basically what I was trying to say is Forever 21 was always open 1 hour before the mall opened and always closed 1 hour after the mall closed. So yeah, basically that instead of whatever I was trying to figure out. That was just too much. Also with the scheduling thing and lunch, this goes for all retail jobs apparently, which I didn't know until I don't remember when. But basically, if you work less than 5 hours, you don't get a lunch. Can y'all hush? Dang. In part 3, I mentioned that one person was going to get that video.
She's lucky enough to get her own part.
No, stop. No, that person's not getting their own video. And then for part 4 was basically talking about, you know, working there during the holidays. So, yes. Now, I'm going to be talking about when I was working there. Once again, that was 3 years ago. Things have probably changed a lot. So things may have been different. But here's the thing. Rude customers are everywhere. I dealt with them with my second job, my third one, and the one I'm currently working at now. They're literally everywhere and they're almost the same. So I don't think really rudeness changes all that much. So let's get started.
I quit my job at Forever21. Yes, I still have the stupid lanyard. I don't care. It's stupid. I hate that place. Let's just get started.
I vividly remember, like, I feel like that I could even remember this woman's face because I saw her so many times after this. But there was this one lady that came in. She was looking for a specific item, and I know exactly what item she was talking about. She was talking about long line tank tops. Basically, tank tops that like stopped mid-thigh. The only time I've actually seen them in not only plus size but in regular size was online, because I was randomly on Forever21's website and I was like, what the heck is a long line tank top? And then I saw it in regular size and I saw it in plus size. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So randomly at work, I decided to go and see, like, do we even have long line tank tops? I don't even think we sell them in the store. So I looked in the regular size, didn't find any. I was like, okay, weird. And I went to plus size and they had them. I was like, okay, weird. So anyways, this lady, she comes up to me. She's already upset because she's talked to multiple employees asking about these tank tops. And then she comes to me and she's like saying how upset she is and how no one knows what she's talking about. And I was like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, but we only have it in the plus size section. That's the only place where we have long line tank tops. And I don't even think we ever had like the regular size long line tank tops. I don't remember. But at that time, there was only the plus size ones. So I told her we only have the plus size long line tank tops. And then she was like, yeah, but I don't need it in plus size. I need it in like a regular, I forgot what size. I think she needed it in a large or something. The closest thing I could do was probably recommend like a 0X from plus size, because I don't even know what a 0X is. That don't make any sense to me. Maybe that's a 10. Isn't a 10 a large or something? These clothing companies are very confusing when it comes to their sizing. So then she started to get mad at me, saying like, no, I don't want that. I want just regular size, large, whatever, long line tank top. And I was telling her, I understand what you're saying, but we do not have regular sizes in long line. And she's like, do you even know what long line is? I was like, yes, it's the long tank tops. And then she still gets mad, and then she asked for a manager. So I'm like, fine, well, I'm gonna take fine. But I said, sure, I will get a manager for you. The only manager that was on duty at that time was Trevor. Y'all remember Trevor, right? I talked about him in my other ones. He's crazy. I told him, like, there's a customer that wants to speak to you. And he's like, about what? And I said that she was upset because we didn't have something. So walked him over to her, and then she starts saying how like we're not educated on like what we sell. And she was oddly being nice to me though, but like she was also just being like just very rude, condescending. Is that a word? Does that describe this? I don't know if that word describes what was happening at that moment. She was saying that how I was doing my hardest, like I was doing a great job trying to help her, but she was saying that all the rest of the employees need to be trained to know what kind of items that we sell and some other stuff. And then she thanked me and then she left. And then Trevor just like looked at me and kind of like was like, I don't know. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know either. And then whew, he left and I don't remember the rest of that day. But I do remember that I used to see her a lot afterwards, because every time she came in she always said hi to me and I would say hi back. But it's like, ma'am, what? This next guest, I was probably in the wrong with this next guest, but anyways, I'm just gonna tell y'all. Anyways, so if y'all do remember, if you watched my other parts, I said that I would put in the fitting room a lot. Didn't really like being in the fitting room, especially if it was on the top floor. Mostly like being in the fitting room on the bottom floor because I was chilling, I was cool, I liked it. I was on the top floor for fitting room, which was the worst because it was the biggest one and whatever. So these two girls, they come in with a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, okay, they're gonna be in here for a while, that's fine. And also they were kind of like, I believe they were, I want to say they were the first ones, but there weren't a lot of people in the fitting room at that point. But after they come in, after like maybe a couple minutes, then a whole bunch of people started, you know, lining up to go ahead and try on clothes. And I put them, of course, next to each other because they're friends. And, you know, they kept coming out, showing each other outfits and whatever. I put their clothes on, I forgot what the rack is called, but basically it's a spot where you put like the rest of the clothes when the guests have like customers. I hate saying guests. When the customers have like a whole bunch of clothes. So I put their stuff somewhere over there and I fixed it neatly so then they'll be able to, you know, grab it and stuff. So as my rack is filling up with clothes and a whole bunch of people are coming, this girl says like, oh yeah, can you give me the next 6 items to try on? And I was like, oh yeah, you can go ahead and grab them, as I'm like trying to help, you know, other people, you know. And then she was like, oh yeah, but can you get them? And I was like, oh yeah, you can go ahead and grab them, they're just right there. I put like your number on there, you can go ahead and grab them. And then, I don't know, she kind of had like an attitude and then she stormed there. Then she stormed back, trying on her clothes and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, but I'm like trying to help other people and I'm also trying to like, you know, fix my rack because it was about to be a triple rack and we can't have that in the fitting room. Anyways, I don't think she said anything because I don't remember being reprimanded or anything. But I was probably in the wrong for that. Maybe not. I was really busy. Like, ma'am, you can't you have 2 legs as well and your hands are empty. My hands are full. And there's like 15 other people who are demanding my attention. So this next one also happened in the same fitting room. This one was so weird to me. At one point, you were actually able to try on, you know, bikini bottoms and like they didn't say anything if you didn't wear like anything else or whatever, but you were able to try on bikini bottoms. But after this one incident where, and I think it was me that caught the person, or maybe I just saw it after. Anyways, basically someone tried a bikini bottom, they put it on the rack, and it was either me or someone noticed that there was a stain on it. We told the manager, and then afterwards, like, no bikini bottoms, no panties, no nothing could be tried on. Which I'm like, why would y'all letting people try them on in the first place? Anyways, that you only can try on bikini tops and bras, which is cool. This one guest comes in, and she has like, it was either bikini bottoms or she had like some panties with her. It was one of the two. And then she asked me, oh, is it okay if I, you know, try these on? And I said, no, you can't, because our policy is you can't try on like bikini bottoms or panties, you know, because of hygienic reasons. So I told her, no, you can't try it on because of, you know, our policy and stuff. And she was like, oh, but there's one manager, she always lets me do it. I'm like, well, I mean, our policy is that you can't. try it on, you know. And she kept saying like, oh no, there's this one manager here, she always, you know, lets me do it. I'm like, I don't know what manager you're talking about, who would allow you to do that, but our policies, you can't try it on because that's nasty. I didn't say that last part, but you know, that's nasty. And then she said, no, she always lets me try them on. Here, I'll show you. Why is this woman gonna show me how she is allowed to try these on? Like, I just couldn't. And then luckily, for some weird reason, a manager walks in, and apparently it was the manager that told her she's allowed to do it. And then that manager was like, oh yeah, she can go ahead and try them on. And then the girl just puts them on over her pants. And yeah, she showed me. Oh. Okay. I still thought that was weird. It's still kind of gross. This next customer was interesting because I technically wasn't even helping her, but yet I got in trouble because of her. Anyways, this was like one of the first weeks I was working at Forever 21, and it was like kind of one of my first times on a register. And I'm not good at math. It's like, look, please play with your card, or like have that changed, or give me like some easy stuff, or like put the bills in order where it's so easy for me to count because I'm so bad at math. This one lady, she paid me in cash, but the way that like all the bills were set up, it like confused me, and like it took maybe a couple minutes for me to figure it out because I had to keep stopping. It kept like recounting everything. And then like the lady that I'm helping, she's like, it's okay, like I know math is, you know, yeah, I know. I was like, thank you. So once I finally was able to like count it, I noticed that there was a woman behind her, and then I noticed that like she disappeared, and I was like, oh, okay, I had someone behind her, whatever. And then I think it was later that day, a manager came up to me saying that the woman complained about me because I was spending like 30 minutes with this one customer at the register because I couldn't count. Ma'am, if it was really 30 minutes, I would have gave up a long time ago. I'm not gonna lie, it was probably 7, if we're pushing it, 10 minutes stop. 10 minutes, if we're really pushing it. She had like these large, it was just so confusing, okay? It was so confusing. But yeah, I got, I guess, in trouble. Not really, ish, whatever. But it's like, yo, math, numbers, me, they don't mix. This, I feel like this was closer around the holiday time because I'm like remembering the style of the clothes, and it was like all sparkly and stuff like that. There was this one particular skirt that to me looked absolutely just atrocious. It was called an eyelash skirt, but it just looked so bad, and for some reason I could not get it out of my head. It came in 2 colors. It came in black and pink, and they were on 2 separate floors. So I think the pink one was downstairs and the black one was upstairs. I did not know that we had the black one. So this one lady, she comes to me, she has the pink eyelash skirt in her hand, and she said, hi, I'm looking for this skirt but in black. Now, I went into our computer system to try to look for it, but it's so confusing. Like, I don't know, and I hope that they have made a completely different system where it's so much easier to find items, but it is so confusing. And the colors, they don't go by colors, they go by numbers, and it's not even like numbers. It's like just one singular number, and you don't know if it's like 1, 2, 3, because sometimes sometimes if you look on the website, the item itself comes in like 4 different colors, but we could sell like maybe 3 of them, and it could be like 1, 5, 3, 7, and it's like, you don't know. And I'm like, great. So I still go in the computer system to see if like there was any other colors, and I saw that there was the pink one, because there was only 2 different numbers that showed up, and then there was the black one. But in our system, it said we didn't have any other black ones, or it said we had one. And the tricky thing is that thing does not update. It takes forever for it to update. So if it usually says 1, that means it probably could have been sold a couple days ago. It just didn't update yet. Or we literally might just have one floating in the store somewhere. Floating. And like, you're gonna have to hunt where all black skirts are to find it. So this is what the managers told us to do. If we see that the item says that there's 1 or 2 or whatever in it, just tell the customer that we don't have it. That's what we were told. That is what we were told. So I told her, oh, we don't have the black one. And she said, well, online it says you do. Here's the thing, online isn't accurate. Literally with every other store, literally with the store that I currently work at, online, 99% of the time, especially where I work, isn't accurate. So I had to explain that to her, saying like, oh yeah, well online, it usually isn't accurate. So she says, okay, thank you. And then she leaves. I think she left the skirt. I think I put it away, whatever. So I'm currently still working downstairs, and then all of a sudden, I like turn around and this lady is coming up to me with the black skirt in hand, and then I'm like about to smile and say like, oh, you found it. Cool. Didn't know we had any more in stock. And she was like, yeah, the black one was upstairs. And then like she shook her head, rolled her eyes, and went to go pay for it. Ma'am, did you really need to do that? That system was so confusing, and it wasn't even only with like the colors, but it's also with like sizes. They don't say small, medium, large in the computer system. It had numbers, which makes no sense. I don't know who in the world made that system, but please, someone let me know that they got rid of it, because that thing is stressful. Ooh, this next story, which is not like very last story, but this one really doesn't even involve a customer. This is more like just kind of just the waste that Forever 21 does. It's like, I mean, it's fast fashion, it's already wasteful, but like still the waste. I remember I was upstairs, and I remember there was this large rounder that had like all these gray dresses on it that were cute at the time. Right now they probably wouldn't be so cute, but whatever, that's not the point. We had like a whole bunch of them, and we literally just got them in, and I was like fixing them and everything. And then I remember seeing these customers pass by me with large drinking cups, and like it was weird how like I kind of focused on that, and I was like, okay. And then I left to go somewhere else, and then all of a sudden I hear like this commotion. And then I like walked to where it's like happening, but it kind of stopped or whatever because there was like no one there. But I looked at the rounder with all the gray dresses. Tell me why a good 60% of the dresses were soaking wet in whatever soda that person was drinking. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I told the manager, also got a bunch of paper towels to clean the mess on the floor. The manager, she was like, okay. So she leaves to go get some stuff. I'm like, all right. She comes back with trash bags, and she starts throwing all the dresses, like all of them. Not the ones that were only wet, but all of them. She starts throwing all the dresses in a trash bag. I'm like, what are y'all gonna do with that? And then she said, oh, we gotta throw them away. I'm like, throw them away? I mean, here in my head, I was like, why don't y'all just wash them? But like, girl, where's their washer and dryer? I thought like there was one in the back, but there's not. I thought there was, but there wasn't. Also, who's gonna spend all that time washing all those clothes? But anyways, yeah, they have to throw away all the dresses. Like, even the ones that are okay? Like, why throw those away? Those are fine. Another time that I got in trouble by a guest was, this is when I was downstairs in the fitting room, once again, the place where I'm cool at, I'm chilling at, And then this one lady, I think, comes in with her daughter and like a baby stroller. I don't remember if there was a baby stroller even in the hell did I just say? I don't even know if there was a baby inside the baby stroller. There's like, of course, a handicapped dressing room, and then of course there's like the rest of them. What I was literally told, I remember this, I was told by Little Miss 8 Years, we were all told this, that do not let anyone in the handicapped dressing room unless it is completely full in the dressing room. Don't let them in if they're not disabled or something. Mostly just keep it open unless we absolutely need it. Of course, for a disabled person or if the fitting room is full. I've always kept that in my head. So this lady comes in with her stuff, with her daughter, and then I put them in the one dressing room that's right next to the handicapped one, and then the lady asked me if she could go in there and like sit in there, and I told her, oh sorry, I can't, but there's like, my manager has told us that we can't let anyone inside the dressing room unless like you're disabled or something. That's what I was told. And she was like, so I can't even sit in there? I was like, no, sorry, like I can't. And she was like, okay. And she looks away and she's looking at the door. She was like, well, I'm gonna have to speak to a manager. And I'm just like, weird. They leave, and then one of my managers, which I've never given him a name, but it's okay because this is like the last part and I'm not making up any new name. But he comes in, he's actually one of the cool ones. But he comes in, he was like, hey, yeah, there's this lady that said that like you wouldn't let her, you know, sit in the dressing room. And I was like, yeah, because Little Miss 8 Years told us that we can't do that. And he was like, I mean, like, it's okay, like, it's fine, she could go ahead and sit in there if like she wanted to, like, you know how people are, just, you know, just let them do it. But like if somebody needs to go in there, then you could tell her to like get out and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't know. We were just literally, we were told, this was literally during orientation, don't let anyone who is not disabled to go in there. And once again, I don't remember seeing a baby in that stroller, girl. I remember seeing clothes, but not a baby. Alright, I can't think of it anymore off the top of my head, so some honorable mentions that weren't my experience. One time, this one customer tried to follow one of my ex-co-workers into backstock, and she literally tried to push the door open when she was telling her she can't come back here. And also another guest tried to steal one of my ex-co-workers' fur coat and told her straight in her ear that she could wear that fur coat better than her and she should have just let her buy it. Those are my customer experiences that I oddly did not talk about. If I think of any more, then I just do, but I'm not gonna make another video about it. What are my thoughts of the bankruptcy? Honestly, I don't care, and it's not really a huge deal about the bankruptcy. It's like the company's not shutting down. It's just that they're closing a lot of stores and they are rethinking their whatever, I don't know, but I know for sure that a lot more businesses are being more online focused, but that's probably what they were trying to do, is just be more online focused. So I still suggest not working there. Even though it's been 3 years later, I still suggest not doing it because people are crazy. I am so sorry for all the employees that have to not only get email captures but also have to worry about credit cards. Trust me, I still have to do that at my job, but also weirdly enough, I'm like one of the top people in my job to get credit cards. So that's odd. That is odd. That concludes this series. It's over. It's done. I'm not talking about them again. I don't care. And also, I don't know what I'm going to do with these lanyards. Actually, no. I'm keeping them because I use them for bite videos. So I'm keeping them. They're mine. I hope y'all enjoyed that video. If you did, give it a like. Also, comment down below if you've worked there before. Do you have any crazy customer experience or whatnot? What are your stories? Because I still love reading out stories. Or, you know, any crazy experiences y'all had at any other jobs. I would love to hear it. And also, if you haven't watched my other parts, go ahead and watch it. Once again, I know you have time. I know you have time. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Also, let me know if you want to hear about my second job.